somehow it related to me playing a game on the PlayStation 4, and I'd mentioned this, and my work colleague, who is about, I don't know, less than 10 years older than me, right? He just looked at me and went, and he said to me, "You play video games?"
Alright, hello everyone, this is Cookcell along with Ashmenix. We were just talking
Hello.
about visual novels and how they can surprise you.
Yeah, so I'll give the example of Phoenix Wright is kind of a visual novel on steroids.
It's a hybrid of a visual novel and an adventure game.
Yeah, and how I came across that game many moons ago. The first game I played was the first Phoenix Wright on the DS. And the DS, and like I just looked and I went, "Oh, detective style." No, it's not detective like you're a lawyer, but it had aspects that looked a bit detective-y.
I'd call it
'Cause you
detective
do
style because you go around doing like investigations.
detective work. Yeah. And I went, "This looks cool. I like this art style because it's cartoony and I'm a big child." And no, you're not a big child, but I like the cartoony or the anime-esque art style. And I was like, "Do you know what? I'm just gonna buy this." And this was back in the day when you would look at the game boxes.
Mhm.
What the hell, cartridges. You look at the box art, and you would judge a game from the box art. If you didn't know anything about the games, right? You could still research and read up in magazines. Does anyone remember that? Game magazines. I remember buying them once or twice, but they're like fucking £5, man.
I
And
remember
even
game
back
magazines, yeah.
God, man, they were expensive, and like £5 is a lot. It's a decent amount now for a magazine, but back then, man, I was like, fuck that.
They tried to make up for it by giving stuff like game demos with the magazines.
Yeah, they'd have these CDs with a shit tons of demos in it, and you're like, and they're all kind of meh. I don't know.
Oh no, some of them were pretty good. I remember that I got a demo of, I think it was Final Fantasy X from one of them.
Oh well, I always got the more PC orientated stuff, and there was a lot more chaff in PC gaming. But yeah, I didn't buy magazines too often. But anyway, I remember being in the shop, right? The shop doesn't exist anymore, which makes me very sad. But for anyone in the central belt of Scotland, they might know of a game shop called GeForce.
Called what?
GeForce.
Oh, GeForce. I was thinking of
they
like
weren't-
Nvidia.
Ah, no, this was before Nvidia GeForce probably. But yeah, I was in there and I was just looking, and I swear, man, actually that's the same place. I remember talking to the guy, and I was like, "Do you have Final Fantasy VII, right?" And this was like during the PS3 era or something, right? And he was like, "Oh yeah, we got some new ones," because I was looking for it secondhand. And I'm like, "New ones? Where the hell did you get that?" And he had this like shrink wrap for Final Fantasy VII PS1 game. So where the hell did you get these from? I don't know where he got them from, man. They must have been still selling them in some places or something.
Shrink
Great
wrap should
shop,
be
man.
quite expensive now, I think.
Yeah, I didn't pay that much. I think I paid. Now I might be remembering this wrong, but like £18. So I don't know what. It was the official game. It's definitely not some sort of dodgy pirate thing, but yeah, I found it interesting. But anyway, yeah, I saw the box art, read the blurb. Was like, "Oh, this looks interesting." Took a chance, and man, I've played almost all the games in that series, including the crossover with Professor Layton.
Phoenix Wright.
I can't remember. Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton. I can't remember if there's one or two, but love that game series. And so we were talking about Umineko, and I found out about Umineko through you guys, you and your bro. And your bro was just like, you were talking about the anime, because the anime is just like, oh, desire, right? What was this It's the ending of it has this amazing part to
God,
it.
yeah.
But apparently it's like shit. And your bro's like, yeah, this is shit. The original visual novel it's based on is far better. And I was like, all right. And I think he started playing it at some point. And he did say to me that you should play this. And I'm like, I don't know, man. And he convinced me, just no, you should give it a go, right? And I think I had to download. This was before it was easily available on Steam. I think I had to download it from somewhere. And like, yeah, I downloaded it, played the game. I downloaded the patch that patched in the PS3 sprites, which were like the more modern ones compared to the original art, which was, I think, drawn by Ryukishi.
Yeah, Ryukishi himself.
I did the original art, and it has a special charm to it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, and honestly, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I was addicted to that game, that visual novel. Damn, man, it just hooked me in. It was like nothing I'd ever experienced before in game form. Even though it's not really a game, it's like a novel.
It's a visual novel, yeah.
Yeah. But that experience, man. It was just, the story was so batshit crazy. It was beautiful, totally caught by surprise because I didn't know much about the visual novel scene and what are good and bad visual novels. I just knew that some of the games I played or some of the anime I might watched were like based on visual novels at that point, and I kind of just wanted to like start reading some visual novels. And I was probably a bad visual novel to be one of the first because it's now just ruined me. Everything else just seems like a worse version, just not as good as. I just compare it to Umineko all the time.
I think you have a bad habit of that, to be honest, because I think other stuff is pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, though. I've been spoiled. It's like if you say your first car is a Ferrari and you really like that Ferrari.
Well, first off, if your first car is a Ferrari, you're not going to be driving it properly.
It doesn't matter, right? I mean, it does matter, but like in this scenario, like if Ferrari is your first car, and I don't know why Ferrari is your first car. This is all just like hypothetical.
Yeah.
But and you really enjoy driving that car. Where do you go from there? You go, and you like it because it's fast. You like it because it's its looks, and its performance, right? And I'm just giving Ferrari as an example, but you could put Koenigsegg, right? Something ridiculous, whatever. The only way you can enjoy, you're less likely to enjoy other cars that are like maybe a, I don't know, Nissan GTR or whatever, which are fast and all that, but maybe not as fast. Now, I don't know which one's faster. GTR might be faster than a Ferrari.
I mean, there are some Ferraris I think the GTR is faster than, and there are some Ferraris which are faster than GTR.
So we'll give an example of the Enzo Ferrari, because that's supposed to be pretty badass.
What the
But yeah, you know what I'm saying, right?
I know
just
exactly
giving
what
these
you're
random
saying.
examples, but like, it's difficult. You've made your life difficult because you are always going to compare other cars to that one, especially if it was a really, really great experience. And I think that's what Umineko did to me. And it's not to say that the other visual novels aren't good, because they are, definitely. Like, I'm not taking that away from it. But I hate doing this as well. I'm looking for an Umineko. Like,
But the thing is,
Umineko
was unique,
experience.
man. Umineko was unique.
Yes, this is why I'm so pissed. Like, I ruined myself, man. That's the point.
Oh god, we've
like,
had the bloody avatars on the whole time. There we go. Okay, yeah. No, like I was saying, Umineko's unique, so you can't really compare it to anything else, because there are other things which are possibly better than Umineko, but they don't do the whole mystery thing or challenge the viewer or reader rather.
It's not the, so I'm not doing I don't mean a like for like comparison in terms of the visual novel itself. I'm just talking about that type of experience, the experience that I personally felt while playing the game. And first of all, it's going to be hard in the first place because when I started playing this game, I didn't have much expectation besides, oh, it's a visual novel, this will be cool. Kind of got an anime, it's not really anime, but anime-esque art style and all this stuff, and I'm comfortable in this kind of form of entertainment. And that's really just what I was going in for. And then it was just, like, it just took me by surprise. And that's what I really mean, like, that's a hard thing. That happens very rarely, I think, in life. So Phoenix Wright is one example when I started playing that, and Umineko in terms of visual novels is another. And I think for that to be the first visual novel was unfortunate. I would have been happier reading through more average visual novels and then coming to Umineko as like after having experienced other ones and formed a baseline, and just not having Umineko as my first proper visual novel. So that's what I'm kind of getting at. It's not that Umineko is better than all other visual novels, but it's just that a lot of people won't like it. But honestly, man, it just blew my fucking mind, and that's set a precedent in my head now, and it's unfortunate. I try not to, and I think I've over time, as the experience in my head's kind of faded over the few years since when I played it, I've gotten better. Like I don't think about it too much, and now I am like more open when I'm going through visual novels, like the Song of Sire that we went through recently. I wasn't comparing that to Umineko at all, and I was just enjoying it for what it is, and that definitely did something different. And it wasn't as long either. Like, I think, and it's been a few. Yeah, I think it's been a few years since Umineko. I don't think I really read many other visual novels for a while after reading Umineko. I think I needed that.
Do you not count Great Ace Attorney or anything like that?
No, even though technically they are. But even then, Great Ace Attorney, dude, that was last year, wasn't it?
That was this. Well, yeah, last year. You're right.
Yeah, last year. So that was a few years after I played Umineko. Umineko I played, I'm sure it was a few years back. It was before... Yeah, definitely before... Yeah, definitely a few years back, because it was before the big bad COVID. So, yeah, there had to be a gap. I never really looked at other visual novels for a while afterwards, and I think maybe that was me subconsciously going, right, give yourself space before you watch another one, otherwise you're just going to be like, this is not Umineko. And look, man, like, this is just the way my mind works in this weird thing for visual novels. Like, as I say, I've not really specifically said this, but I'm aware that I'm not right. My way of thinking is not right. It's just my way of thinking. It's just I'm just talking about how I experience things and all that shit. And my brain, I think for me, I needed that gap of time to process Umineko as well. And actually more recently, I think this was maybe not last year, the year before. I told you, Kixo, about this as well, that playthrough that came online by Joe Chrono, and I can't remember the other person.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I watched that as well. That was a really good playthrough.
So, and I think we've mentioned this before on the channel, on your channel. Go to Joe Chrono's channel. It's JOKRONO, man, and watch their Umineko playthrough. It is fucking epic. Actually, it is probably one of the biggest drive things that inspired me to do what we're doing now. You know, or at least what I'm doing on my channel. So, God, just it's amazing watching them play through it, especially after I'd read through the visual novel. But yeah, like, yeah, I've had enough time. I've
you just
done
want the
other
next
things.
Umineko, is what you're saying.
Well, no, I think I've given myself enough time to readjust my expectations, and just after a certain amount of time, things kind of like the special spark goes from certain memories.
The honeymoon period.
Yeah, and so like, I mean, my whole channel is probably an example of this, where I'm now looking at other visual novels and going through them, and I'm able to do that without being like, it doesn't have banging EDM music and batshit crazy storylines that span the length that beats the Bible in word count. That spans God knows how many years and 8 chapters. Like, I think I've gotten over that now, and I'm able to just like give other visual novels a good chance. And like, I think
It's disappearing on you. Yeah, I think that brings us to the point which you wanted to talk about, which was the visual novel you have actually chosen for us to go through next.
yes. So I was thinking I've been playing Needy Streamer Overload fairly recently, and I've enjoyed that because it's wacky and it's kind of meta and it's funny.
You really dived deeply into that one.
I did, man. I watched that a trailer for it, and the music was banging, and that alone, I went, "Fuck it, I'm buying this," which I rarely do. Put money to things, but I did enjoy it. But it's getting tiresome. It's one of those games where you have to replay it again and again to get all the endings, and it's not like a visual. It's an adventure game rather than a visual novel. And it's like you have to do certain things to unlock each of the achievements or each of the endings, and I'm like, I've unlocked some of them, and I'm like, oh, this is getting tiring. Now I have to get a walkthrough.
I wouldn't call it an adventure game. I would call it a management simulator, because you're managing the time of this streamer and her schedule.
I mean, yes. Yeah. I think it regards itself as an adventure game, but yeah, that is effectively what it is. And it is funny, and it's like, haha, streamers are, needy, lol. And you can get high as a kite in there, man. But like, I did enjoy that, but I think I had a 5-hour marathon session of it last Sunday or something. I can't remember when I did it, and I think I killed myself. I killed my enthusiasm for it. So I decided, I wanted to do something. I wanted to do another visual novel, and I like the Song of Saya, and obviously I've talked about how I've got a hard on for Umineko. So like, I was just searching for just doing research, going through the Steam, seeing what's been came out recently, and then looking at what visual novels have been rated highly or whatnot, and then doing my Google search, top visual novels, my lazy Google search. I came across like some visual novel forum, and looked at some of the recommendations there, but there was like Tsukemi or something. Someone, well, sure, Tsukimi, maybe it's called. It's a visual novel from a while back, but the publisher don't really support it. They don't sell it anymore. So like, they don't sell the English version or something. I don't know. It's hard to get a hold of. And I'm like, oh, this is effort. But through that research and me just like having far too much free time, I came across created a shortlist of 2 visual novels. One being Island, all capital letters, which seemed to be in that top top list of visual novels, and another one called Narcissu, which Cookso, I think you had heard about before because you said that you'd actually downloaded this one.
Yeah, it's in my it was in my Steam library, but I think it was just a game that I saw. Oh, this is free. Let's download it. Or maybe someone told me about it and I completely forgot. But I don't actually have any recollection of what the game's about, or what if it's actually something that interested me, or if it was just I downloaded it because I saw it was free or something. I don't know. Can't remember.
So the game itself, episode 1 and 2 are free, but there's a 10th anniversary edition, which is £1.99 Great British pounds.
You mean £1.99, not £199?
Oh yeah, 1.99 Great British pounds. I know maths, numbers. Or 1.99. And that's, I think, the updated version. Might have newer art and all that stuff. And I went, you know what, if I'm going to play this, I'm £2, man. I'm okay paying £2. Island, on the other hand, is 30 quid. Which...
that's quite substantial.
It's a bit of an ask, you know. I mean, I know AAA games are like 60, 70 pounds nowadays, but I don't play many of them because I just don't play many games, never mind AAA. But I do want to do Island. I realize that Island is I suspect it's a much longer visual novel than Narcissu, so I thought, well, I'll do Narcissu first, and see how that goes. And definitely I'll do Island next. It's on my Steam wish list. So yeah. So hopefully sometime soon I plan to play through this with yourself, Pixel. So hopefully we'll have videos up on my channel soon for that. And I'm hoping that it's it has good reviews and stuff like that. I'm hoping that it's interesting. I'm hoping we enjoy it.
I'm hoping so as well, man.
But I love this. I feel like that, you know, the kid back in the day where you're just like, I don't know what this is about. In the store, you're just like, what game do I get? I don't know.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That sort of childlike wonder and excitement at the new product, and you're like, let's see what this is.
Because I'm trying to go back. I'll look at the general reviews, 1 or 2 on the Steam page.
What the fuck is that?
It's an octopus thing. I try to, I'll look at the stuff online, but I try not to read too much into it.
Same as well. I don't like to read reviews and that. But a problem as well is that Steam reviews tend to be more aimed at being funny or meme-ish rather than informative.
And you know what? I am okay with being trolled into playing a game to a degree, right? But you can usually tell someone's taking the piss, or memeing the game. Does that thing have? Oh, it does have eyes.
Yeah.
It's angry.
Wild Might. It's an alpha.
It's an octo tank. Octillery. So yeah, but this is this is the do you know how back in the day you'd look at box art and think this game looks cool, and then you play the game and it was like, that's nothing like the box art.
Yeah, nowadays box art has just been refined to angry man with gun staring at the camera while the sun sets behind him.
Yeah, whereas before, right, and I'm talking about way back in the day when, a lot, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, the box art never actually, it didn't have images of the actual game. It would just be drawings, artwork that looked really cool, and then you play the game and it's little pixelated shite, and you're like, what the fuck, right? And obviously with the limits of technology at the time, that's what you're going to get, but you as a kid didn't realize that, and you're like, this looks really cool from the box art. And you took a chance. You know what I mean? You didn't know if something was going to be that good or not. And there's a bit, it's cool. I like doing this because if you research things to the nth degree and you're like, oh yeah, this is this, that, this will be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think psychologically there's something cool about, or something that you'd enjoy more, where you don't really know if this game's going to be that good. You've taken this chance, and then for some reason it ends up being amazing, and not necessarily because the game or the visual novel is good, but just because you've enjoyed the experience. And I have a good example of that, actually, and I think I've mentioned this before. Enchanted Arms on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah. Which
Bought
was
that for the
completely
PlayStation
random.
3. Yeah, and it's like, it's an average game, man. It's weird. I bought it for the PS3 because it's like the only RPG style game that came out when around the PS3 launch. And I played it for a bit and went, this is lame. Left it for years, right? And then one of my friends, he's like, all right, we don't have any games to play just now. Do you have any games that that you'd want to play that you've not really finished or anything? And I'm like, I've got this game, but it was kind of crap.
Is this the same friend that you're playing Final Fantasy X with?
Yes.
Right, yeah.
And we ended up playing it, and I think it's a different atmosphere. It's different when you play it with other people. I think before I played it on my own. And the other thing was we just kind of took the mick, man. It was hilarious.
Isn't that the best way to play a game?
Yeah, man. There was some, and it ended up being a good, it ended up being a great experience. And I think that's the other thing as well. It's not, a lot of times your experience of a game is not solely reliant on how good the game is. Like you can like hate play games. I don't know. There's all sorts of ways to enjoy a game.
I'll give a good example of that. My brother, not the one I normally talk about, but the other one. He was quite fond of playing Resident Evil, specifically 5 and 6, which I considered not to be the best. He was very good at 4 as well, but 5 and 6 had co-op in them. And so he would play with a friend of ours, right? And they had so much fun with that game. Even 6, which was bullshit. And it is just because they had, their own style of playing it, and they would just have to crack jokes and all of that. So yeah, it is possible and probably better to enjoy a game which is critically not the best.
Yeah, and I think as I've gotten older and a bit more, I don't know, mature, experienced, I've learned to realize that, at the end of the day, what you're looking for is good experiences from these things, or it's something that you enjoy. I don't know.
You wanna spend your time having fun.
Yeah, and that doesn't. It's not simple thing. It's not a simple thing of, oh, I'll get the good game that's well rated and the type of game I like, and therefore I will enjoy it. That very rarely happens. A lot of times, I mean, there'll be games that maybe it's just me, but there's like I'll get the gameplay and it's alright. Whereas I might play some random games or do random stuff, and I'm like, man, I really enjoyed that. I don't know, so weird. Like it's not something that seemed like I'd enjoy, but because of certain circumstances or who I was with at the time, I really enjoyed it. And so I think that it also helps that you open yourself to trying new things, trying new types of games, or things that you wouldn't like, giving things more of a chance, because then you open yourself to maybe enjoying new things. Like you can stay in your lane and just do the things that you know that you kind of enjoy and just be like that, but then you risk, well, first of all, that gets boring after a while, I think, and you'll never, there's so much more that you can discover in life, and you can only do that by taking chances. um, which is, you know, an interesting thing to come from an older dude, right? You know,
It's a poignant lesson.
it's like the older you get, the more stuck in your ways you tend to get.
It's true.
But here I am talking to Kuxo on a stream.
Oh, we're not
being
streaming
recorded.
this. We're not streaming
You know,
this.
technically you're streaming it to me.
Oh, that's a good point.
So on a stream being recorded to be put on YouTube. Like I mean, I started my YouTube channel late last year. You know what I mean? Not something I would have done when I was younger.
Yeah.
So it can go either way. You know, it can end up being a really bad thing or a good thing or mediocre or whatever. But I do like. I feel this is so random. Fucking YouTube. I think our generation, like, yeah, watch YouTube a lot, but if you talk to people our age and you go influencer, YouTube creator, you don't usually think, yeah, that's a great person, a great example of, you know, a profession. I think it's slightly, you know, looked down upon in a sense.
Definitely from by people who are older than us, though, I would say, because
Yeah, more so people a bit older, but even people around our age, like, I don't know, it is.
I'm not sure. I think people around our age tend to be all right with it, but I'm trying to think about people who've said like, oh, YouTube, they should get a job, you know, stuff like that, and they tend to be people who are older than us by around a decade or so at least.
Yeah, I remember in one of my previous job, I was just talking to someone and we were having a conversation about something, and I was like, oh yes, I was somehow it related to me playing a game on the PlayStation 4, and I'd mentioned this, and my work colleague, who, you know, is about, I don't know, less than 10 years older than me, right? He just looked at me and went, and he said to me, "You play video games?"
Yeah,
right?
I remember you telling
And
me
I
this
was
story.
just I went, "What? You're seriously gonna like give me that weird look because I play video games?" Thank God I didn't say that I watch anime, because that would have just got me fucking kicked out or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Ostracized.
yeah, you'd have been fired on the spot.
It was yeah, the group of guys that I worked with were great guys. Even the guys about my age, right? But like, they weren't the type of people to be playing video games and watching anime.
So, my brother was telling me about how his work lot, you know, the guys he works with, for some reason or another, ended up arranging a game of Among Us between them. Now, my brother had never played Among Us before. I haven't played Among Us yet. I'd like to, but I can't get a group that's large enough to play it, and I fuck playing online with randoms.
How many people do you need for it?
Oh, between 6 and 12, I suppose. I would say the more the better.
Okay.
Ooh, wow, it's really raining hard.
Yeah, I was admiring that a few minutes before. I was like, damn.
It's just a few shades thinner than the rain from like the beginning of MGS2. But it's a fairly decent effect they've got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my brother's group, right, they ranged from guys who are pretty young, like my brother, to some proper old fucks who don't even know what you know, who don't play games and that. And it was weird. He goes there to explain quite a while, like how to play games, what the rules are, and so on, controls, and yeah.
So first of all, I'm just going to point out that, you know, give credit where it's due. The fact that the older guys were like, you know what, I don't play games, but I'm going to play this.
Yeah, but it was a...
Gotta give credit.
But it was a mandated thing. Oh, what's happened to this guy?
They were forced to play?
It was a sort of work social.
Dude, where does he work, man? I want to fucking work there after like mandating.
I mean, I'm not going to give details, right? But I'm just going to say
it's
a government office as well.
No, I'm just saying, like, The fuck, man? I'd like to work there. I mean, I'm not a massive fan. I've not played Among Us, but like, that's it's an interesting. Usually, it's like drinks night out. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, good day.
Yeah, and we don't drink, so
Yeah, boring motherfuckers. But like, yeah, and I'm just like, oh, this sucks. So like, hearing of a company's like, yeah, let's play Among Us, and I'm just like, first of all, what the fuck? But also, yes. Interesting, very interesting.
very interesting indeed.
Yeah, I'm a bit jealous. But yeah, that's yeah, like
That's not what I thought it was.
like the last few years have changed things a little bit as well. I think like because people have been forced to be online a lot more.
Wait, oh god. There are fucking alphas everywhere.
Oh,
Wait, you're right. I think you fucking cut out.
did I? Oh, it's like I heard you saying alphas everywhere. I was like, oh, alpha chads.
Yeah.
Hide your woman.
Yeah, that didn't come through at all.
Oh no.
Alright, so very
Ah.
interesting. Can we still learn moves like rain dance to make it rain in this game, I wonder?
Is that a thing that you had from the previous games?
Yeah, so weather effects became massive in the sort of meta of Pokemon because they really change how much damage and stuff happens in battles. So I remember, I think it was Gen 5 where it just went full ham, where people made entire teams based around rain or sunshine and, taking advantage of those weather effects. But now, I think it's just that, because it's raining now, fire moves will do less damage, obviously. And water will do more damage. I think, oh my god, I think thunder increases its accuracy and stuff like that. So it changes a whole bunch of stuff. And, for fuck's sake. So because it's raining, I think there was a way of checking, like you go here and yeah, it says there, rain. Damage dealt by fire type moves is reduced. So I was just wondering if that sort of, what's it called that I'm thinking of? Like the ability to change the weather, if that's still in this, because I haven't seen any weather moves yet. Go on then. Right, let's catch it. One thing I did want to talk about was that we'll also be playing some Resident Evil games for the Let's Show series of videos I do, rather than full playthrough, but sort of showing, oh my god, showing those games. And I think Resident Evil 1, oh god, that's not a Pokemon.
Uh-oh.
Just fuck off. There we are. Resident Evil 1 Remake, because that is a fantastic game. I might actually play that with you fully at some point.
Ooh.
Actually, I could make an argument for playing any of them. There we are, it's dead.
How long do you want to play?
I want to get
How
to
long do you want this episode to go on for?
Oh,
before
it's
we,
actually pretty close. I want to get up there.
sounds good, because I need to take a comfort break.
Yeah.
Look at me being nice and polite.
Oh, the VTubers call it an idol meeting.
Is this the same character that had the big tail? Oh no, this is a different person.
This is a different person. I think this is the one who was... See, we should have come here during the sunshine.
Yeah. Hush now, settle down.
Oh my god.
What?
Is that like
What the
a...
f-
Is that like
That's
a
mask
scuba
for
diving
scuba
mask or something? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, she's an adult.
Yes.
I mean, I'm liking this. But that's an interesting thing to say. Is this the person we're here to help?
Yeah.
Wait, is she talking about a Pokemon?
Yeah. So the Pokemon that reigned over this area died.
It's interesting that her knees seem to be scuffed or something.
I hadn't noticed that.
It's like red. I don't know. It seems a bit more red than it should be.
I feel like that's just shading, though.
I know it's done to be shading, but it just seems a bit off.
Hmm.
It might be because the shadow. I don't know. I'm just looking too far into.
Well, I also
into
don't
this.
like the fact that she's got, like, you know, this sort of outfit on in this weather. Like, she should be wearing a coat, man.
Yeah, but our character. I mean, these games aren't that thingy to have appropriate clothing. Oh, so the Lord was these dudes' dad,
Yes.
is it?
Yes. I
Okay.
make for Spitfire Island. Sorry, Firespit Island.
Spitfire, I like it.
I said
It's a
Spitfire.
British euphemism.
Yeah.
Ah, the Spitfire. Back in the day, the British were the best.
I think it sort of like triggered that in my mind and said Spitfire rather than Firespit.
I don't fire spit. I spit fire.
I'll need the aid of a Pokemon known as a Basculesian.
What the fuck? Is he that volcano?
No, that's where we're going. That's Firespit Island.
We have to go into a volcano.
It's the fire level. This...
I'm liking this woman though.
Fair enough.
I mean, just because they all look nice looking, because they all have the same type of art style. But minus the scuba mask, that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. The rest of her outfit is not scuba diving outfit.
Well, I
don't know why she's...
I've never seen this woman, so I haven't seen any fan art of her. I've seen a lot of fan art of the blonde one, and I've seen quite a bit of the red-haired girl who cuts hair.
Well, I don't care, man. I've got a thing for brunettes as well, I suppose.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And short shorts are always good.
Oh, those shorts. I hadn't noticed.
I don't know, man. I see a lot of leg. It's all good. Sorry, massive perv. I have no leg.
Yeah, because from the front, I thought it was like a skirt or something.
Yeah, it does look like that. But I've been looking very closely, and you can see the...
Oh my god. They're sending me on a fucking errand, right? Like, I came to the tip of one side of this island, and she's sending me to the very other side.
Fetch quest to lengthen the game.
686 meters.
It'd be cool if you could fly.
No, you know what I can do? Oh my god.
Oh, you're getting cold.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to the fucking base camp.
Didn't you get a haircut and then take off the hat that would, protect a bit of your head from the rain?
And she actually looks like she's freezing, and I'm freezing just watching her.
Does it give you is there a stat for that where you could die of the cold?
I don't think so. You could in Breath of the Wild. Like
If it's in Breath of the Wild, it'll be in here, man.
like
They just did a copy paste.
there was temperature. There was... No, this ain't a straight copy-paste, though. I think they've taken those mechanics out.
I'm telling you, man, they copy pasted everything. Oh, it's still raining. This sucks.
Is it supposed to be raining?
I don't know.
It wasn't raining when I first came here. Man.
I mean, is that just an indication that something's happened? Like a Pokemon is pissed?
No, that would be like... Yeah, there are Pokemon that do weather like that. Like, the whole story of Ruby and Sapphire was Pokemon that controlled the sun and the sea.
Pokemon are beginning to sound more like gods than just random animals.
Well, Arceus is literally the creator god of Pokemon, right? So...
Are they the creator god of Pokemon or the whole Poke world?
Both?
So they created humanity as well?
I think so, yeah. So it's what? Humanity is a Pokemon then.
We're the master Pokemon.
Wait, do I
That's
need this?
Interest.
Catch one.
Glameow. Very nice. See if you've already caught one, can you more easily catch another?
Not easily, no. It's still... like. See, I didn't catch that one.
It's like, what? Nothing here.
I know. It's Metal Gear God syndrome.
It's like you hit you hit a rock off him or something. Huh? Nothing here. Get in my ball.
There we go.
Good. Very good. Oh, look at the innocent little kitty. It's just minding its own business. And then BAM!
Just throw some mud at
Oh,
it.
wow. You just knocked it out. You're heartless.
Yeah, I just threw some mud at it.
That, dude, you knocked it. That hit it square in the head. I think you gave it a concussion.
And I picked up a ball of mud, so I didn't lose anything for that, apart from one Pokeball.
Oh. Yeah, you need more Pokeballs.
I've got a lot of great balls, but I don't want to use them.
Great
Oh,
balls
for
of fire.
fuck's sake, it's that one over there.
I can't remember. Did you capture that Pokemon?
That one? No.
Yeah.
He fucking wiped me out and I ran.
Oh.
Right, what was I saying? Create a god of
600
Pokemon,
miles.
Arceus, yeah. I don't know if they're indicating that anything's happened. It's just raining. Because when I came here, it wasn't raining.
Yeah, it seems to have continued to rain for a while now. I feel like it should have changed back to, or at least to something else within this time frame. Imagine some kid played this and was like, I can catch cats with balls. And then they ran around with like balls
Man.
and would try to whack them off cats.
Man, not to talk about something bad, but you know in the news they were talking about that one footballer.
No.
You didn't hear about this. Fucking prick.
When was...
It was just
Wait,
the other
when
day.
No. I don't think so.
So here's a footballer for, I think, Barking and Dagenham or something like that. I'm not sure.
Not exactly Premier League.
Even still, so a video went up of him like abusing his cat for fun.
What?
Yeah, like kicking it or chasing it or something like that. I don't know. And that became a massive news piece just this past week.
I've found, first of all, that's...
I know.
I don't know why...
What a fucking dickhead, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why that annoys me. That seems to annoy me more than if you told me that he'd abused a person. Which is a bit weird, but I don't know if it's because I've gotten used to the news talking about horrible things that people... Yeah. But I do feel that there's a Netflix series called Don't Fuck with Cats. And it's about these like people that... so some person online posts videos where they are abusing and I think killing cats, and they post these videos online and it enrages a lot of the people on the internet.
Oh, absolutely.
And then they form a group to try and find out who this person was, and they were relentless, man. And it just seems like in a set, like I feel like you get more people that are more pissed off at animals being hurt than people. And I think not everyone, but I do feel you get people like that. And I think there's maybe that aspect of the animal can't talk back. You know what I mean? It can't say anything. It's like it seems more helpless in a sense.
It's true, yeah. Because we as humans are like custodians of the animals. That's how we see ourselves, at least.
Yeah, even though, you know.
So we treat animals, like dogs and cats especially, like our children. So I think it sort of hits that feeling in you where it's like, how dare you attack these innocent creatures?
Yeah, though I don't like it. I just don't like it when like for me personally, I just don't like it when someone is taking advantage of another
of authority,
being. Yeah, and they're taking advantage of another being because they are in some sort of power over them, and like so like adults being abusive of children and or just like stronger people taking advantage of weaker people, or smarter people taking advantage of people that are not as switched on or smart. All sorts of stuff like that. It does get under my skin for some reason. I don't know. I'm not a good person. Let's just get that out of the way. But there are some things that kind of just peeve me at a basic level or something. And yeah, like there was one. I think this was something on YouTube. They're talking about there was like a person that was abusing animals, and I think they eventually got caught. But there was a video, and they didn't show the video. But this person had posted a video where they were stamping on a puppy's head repeatedly.
Oh God.
And honestly, like they didn't show the video; they had like blurred it all out and that. But they just played the sound. Dude, man,
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
it's just thinking about it now. I don't know what it is, man. I'm not even a massive. I mean, I like dogs, but like, it was so it was wrong on a like instinctual level or something. I don't know. Like I joke, you know, sometimes not on online, but like the idea, like kicking a puppy. It's like kicking a puppy. You know,
No. That's a figure
kinda,
of speech.
yeah, and like I joke about that, but man, it was bad. I think this was actually. I think. What was the person called now? They blew up because they were accusing YouTube of not acting when there's like pedophiles. And what was it?
I feel
It was
like that's just
um,
that's what they do now. Like people are just accusing anyone and everyone of being pedophiles.
no, it wasn't even that. It was like genuine. Like pick a side YouTube. That's what it was. The YouTuber who made the video was called Mama Max. I recommend watching his videos. They are something else. He does things in a very exaggerated style. Like, you know, he walks around with guns in his videos and talks about taking vengeance. He doesn't mean it seriously, but it's a caricature, but the
Sounds like
message...
a fucking knobhead, man, but okay.
It does, but it's very stylized. Honestly, I recommend you watch some of his videos. Mama Max, all one word. But he did a video recently called Pick a Side YouTube, and it's because I think I know what it is. I remember now. Like, it's because people on YouTube, they post videos where they are, accusing people of being pedophiles, and they show the evidence, right? And, you know, or they say, look, this person appears to be a pedophile. This is the evidence, and and it's like legit, right? In most cases. But what happens is these people who are being accused, they take advantage of the DMCA takedown, the copyright strike, and they say, you know, this is copyright. And they use that to take the video down, which is against the YouTube guidelines. And YouTube doesn't seem to do anything about it. And to be honest, this is a bigger problem that YouTube has, where a lot of companies and people take advantage of the copyright strike mechanism when it's not DMCA. It's nothing to do with copyright. And so he made this video and it blew up. A lot of people talked about it. I think it makes sense, like in today's world, and especially on YouTube, to get a message out there. You can't just be like being reasonable and reasoned and logical doesn't get you an audience. It doesn't get your message out there, unfortunately. Being a bit over the top and extreme
That's true. I think I agree with you.
does. And the message he had was legit. It's like, you need to take this into account. You can't just let these, because what the people are trying to do, people are trying to show, look, this person is a predator. This person appears to be a predator. This is all the evidence. These are all the chat logs. You know, in some cases, these people act like children, talk to them and get like these messages, right? Now, it's not the best way of like outing a predator, but like legitimate evidence that would convince most people, I think, that, you know, something ain't right with this person. And they're able to like get the videos taken down by just doing a copyright strike, and YouTube doesn't look into it because that's it. Their system is flawed to hell. And I think that was at the crux of the message, and it it made news, and like I came across it. You know what I mean? Because it was recommended to me. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I think other people I watch were talking about it. And I did watch his other videos, and holy shit, man. He does these he did a couple of videos. One was on kidschat.net, which is like a kids chat website for, you know, preteens or whatever. But he found evidence of like predators being on all over those chats. And what happened? So this guy, people email him, they contact him and like say, look, something's not right here, and you know, or there's people that come to him and they say they were groomed as a child on these sites or by these people, and so then he starts looking into it and doing research, and then he pulls up, you know, organizes a sting operation where he acts like a child and to try and see, you know, if it's that honeypot kind of thing,
Yeah.
a little bit. And he created an account on that example, that website. He put some pictures of a 13-year-old girl or something, and he was almost immediately being messaged by adults saying very
inappropriate
things straight away, barraged like a fit girl on Tinder or something, right? Really, really unnerving. And, you know, he even got a couple of people who, you know, they were convincing him to, or their persona to go onto Discord and show pictures and stuff like that, and inappropriate things and all that. It was, dude, it just, you know, it made you sick, right? And this is like, and the issue he had as well was, well, one of the main issues he had was like the cat website wasn't doing anything to monitor this. Like even their reporting feature was just like a contact page that just sent a contact thing. It was rubbish. Actually, I don't even think it had a contact page. I think it just had an email address or something stupid. And when he complained, they didn't do anything. And it was so bad. It's almost like the website is there for grooming. You know, there's like, you start to wonder, it's like these people are not doing anything, and everything is designed in such a way it kind of misleads you. They say that they do a lot to monitor things or to, you know, keep an eye on things and all that on the website, but there's no evidence of that. And he goes into that. He does it in an ultra stylized way, and I quite like it. It's really weird. It's interesting. Edgy. A bit too edgy, but I still really like the videos.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done a few videos like that where he did one on like a cult, talking about how a cult made this game. I don't know. I like the videos. I've watched all. There's not that many, but I've watched them all, and they are really interesting. How did I get to talking about this guy?
I don't know, man. You went off on it.
I went off on a tangent about inappropriateness.
Yeah.
On DMCA. I don't know. Anyway, I recommend anyone listening to this, definitely Mama Max, 1M and Mama. I mean, you would have heard about it, man. He was all over the shop, all over the world, all over the news, the internet, the YouTube news. Only this was about a month ago. But definitely, he ended up getting into conversations with YouTube. So they did open up a line of communication with him, and he did say, like, he was chatting, he was on a podcast or something, and he did say that, you know, from the discussions they had, it did look positive that YouTube are, you know, seemingly going to try and do something about the issue.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, YouTube say a lot of things, and these things don't always materialize. But, you know, it looks positive. So something did come from it. It did, I think, you know, yeah. But yeah, I mean, when do you want to... How long's the episode been going for?
It's actually been about an hour just now, about 59 minutes. So I am planning on cutting it off soon. It's just that you were talking for quite a bit, and I'm like, I don't want to cut you off. when you're talking about a serious topic, because it will seem like, oh, I'm trying to shut you up or something. I'm like, I don't mind. But at the same time, I don't know when this topic's going to end, because it just keeps going.
Sorry. Fucking, this is my problem. Talk too much.
Hang on a second. I'm not supposed to go. But yeah, I was planning on cutting it very soon, because we've now been asked to capture a Pokemon in the night over here somewhere. It's a ghost Pokemon. I don't see any here.
Yeah.
Oh, it stopped raining now, at long last. I suppose that's one positive note to end this episode on.
Yeah, it stopped raining.
Yeah. All right.
And
Well,
Ash Manic stopped talking.
and on that, we'll leave you guys, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.